All right. So, just got back. I'm coming to you from the lovely loft apartment of our Airbnb. Just got back from day 2 of Filthy 150. It's like almost 9 o'clock at night, so days are a little bit later than we might be used to, but that's okay from a competition standpoint. On the whole, I'm really happy with how day 2 went from start to finish. So starting with the first event, it was a little bit of a cluster. So the event was 2 unbroken rope climbs, 400-meter run, 2 unbroken rope climbs, run, 2 rope climb, run, and then a final 2 unbroken rope climbs. In theory, I think the workout had a lot of potential. In execution, they made the decision to go ahead with doing the event outside, despite the ropes having been up since Thursday evening and it having rained the better part of every day since Thursday evening. So the ropes were soaked to the core, and they were horrifically wet. So I had my pockets filled with chalk dust that was dry, so I could try my best to kind of manage the workout. There were a couple guys who, hats off to them, destroyed the workout regardless of the situation, which is frankly very impressive. I was not one of them. So I think there was the leaderboard just, I don't think it was a very well executed workout from a competition standpoint, because the decision to go forward with that legless descent below a line on a rope that was obviously very wet, very slippery, I don't think it yielded a very good test of what they were looking for. I came in 11th in the workout. I finished I did 2 unbroken rope climbs, run, 2 unbroken rope climbs, run, and then I failed my 3rd unbroken rope climb, and I was tied with 11 other guys for that score, of 11th place. 6 guys finished, and a couple guys tied for getting 3 rope climbs and not finishing. So I just don't think that the workout yielded the test that anybody was looking for. So that being said, I am happy with how I managed the workout given the circumstances. I knew that in being in the 3rd heat, the 2 heats in front of me, I think maybe one person had finished, and like 1 or 2 people, maybe one, had gotten 3 rope climbs. So in my mind, I was like, okay, if guys who are admittedly better than me at legless rope climbs or rope climbs and stuff like that are up there getting 3, then maybe I should alter my expectations and focus on getting three rope climbs in, and not necessarily worrying about trying to go a little faster, finish the workout, whatever. Just knowing that legless rope climbs are obviously a weakness of mine, so I did that. I paced it out well. I had time for my 3rd climb, but by the time I went up, touched legless descent, the rope was quite wet, and just the bottom was absolutely soaking wet. And the second my hands got below the line, I pulled, both my hands slid. I pulled again, both my hands slid, and my arms just kind of gave out. So I think the workout could have easily been changed. Making a last minute call to maybe just do 2 rope climbs, and then make pushing the run more of an important aspect of the workout, or I just think there were a lot of ways that they could have potentially altered the workout, knowing that the conditions were bad. Like the competition earlier in the morning with the teams of 4 inbox competition, they modified their programming for the day because they knew how bad the ropes were. So they kind of seemed to have known that it was an issue. And I think, in hindsight, I would like to think that everybody would have changed that workout a little bit to yield a better test of fitness on the weekend. Because there were a lot of guys who were great at rope climbs and great at legless rope climbs who got a bad rope that was excessively wet and slippery and got 0 rope climbs, or 1, or so I just don't think the results didn't depict who should have maybe done well at that workout. So but like I said, for me, I came in 11th. It was a damage control workout for sure. So, as far as damage control goes, I'm okay with that. I'm pretty happy. And I'm happy with how I managed it, given the setting and given the expectations and the fact that the ropes were soaking wet and everything was significantly harder than it normally would be. So that was event 1. Event 2 was a little chipper of weighted double unders with an RPM scout rope, and then one-on-one lunge, alternating thrusters, lunge, alternating thrusters, lunge, and then another 160 double unders. I knew it would be a pretty good event for me, but again, the goal was just to start out fast but smart, knowing that it would probably be like a 9 to 10 minute workout. So, not go too hot out of the gate, but, maintain an aggressive pace, knowing that it was an event I could do well at and I wanted to try and win. It was a tight weight race with Roman the whole time. He was at a really steady clip, and he was just a little bit steadier than I was, and just in terms of his steady pace was just a hair faster. And I think he ended up getting me by like 15 seconds. I finished in 8:47 maybe, or 8:54, something like that. But like I said, he got me by about 14 seconds, so it was good enough for a second place finish. We had to advance the rope every 40 reps, so that basically gave you your double under plan. So 40 reps, quick couple steps, 40 reps, rinse, repeat. And then the lunge was a 30-foot unbroken, 10 meter, so 33 whatever feet unbroken segment. And you could change hands whenever you wanted to. So I did all those unbroken. I alternated arms each round to try and load my body evenly. And the way that I decided to do it was to do my lunge down and then immediately turn around and get a set of thrusters done. I chose to do, I think I did 6 reps in the first round and then take a break. And that way I could do, we had to advance the thrusters every 8 reps. So I would do 6 reps, take a break, pick them back up to finish my 2 reps, and then advance them on my shoulders. Boom, 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 do 6, rest. And then on the last, going to the last quadrant, I did the same thing where I did 2 thrusters to finish that quadrant, and then I did 6 reps. So I had 2 left, took a break, and then I did 2 thrusters and immediately turned around and started lunging. And I did that on the back end. I did the same thing with the thrusters on the back end, but I finished that last quadrant and then rested, just because it was a very shoulder intensive workout, and I just needed a little break. So yeah, I was able to stay super steady, smooth through the whole workout, and I'm happy with how I attacked it, paced it. Again, not really much of a game plan, just kind of trusting my fitness and being aggressive but smart. So that one ended up with a 2nd place finish, so that was another great finish for me for the weekend. So I was very happy with that. And then the final workout of the day was a 9 burpee box jump overs at 24 inches, 15 deadlifts at 265, or 264, 120 kilos, and then 21 burpee box jump overs at 24 inches. So definitely an all-out sprint. It was a fun workout. The crowd really enjoyed it, so I think that was a really cool aspect. It was a really fun race to the finish. But it was for sure a burpee workout. You couldn't really cycle the deadlifts fast enough to make any measurable difference. I think most of the faster guys in our heat all came off the deadlifts at almost the exact same time. Dan might have been a little bit faster than everybody, but he was cycling like a madman. I like how I executed the event, which was just as fast as humanly possible with clean reps. Trying to push the burpee pace as much as possible, and then on the deadlift, I've hurt my back in deadlift burpee events before, so I was really conscious on moving as fast as I could while still moving really well. So that was the real key focus there for me, not catch any no reps and not risk hurting myself. And I did that, and then basically just full sending the last 21 burpee box jump overs, trying not to allow my, that feeling in my legs to slow me down, and I didn't. So I think I'm happy with how I executed it. I physically don't think I can go any faster. My burpee speed felt like it didn't change. There was no pausing at any point. Like I was just, feet hit, drop the whole time. But there's definitely something to be said for cycle time and range of motion on that workout. A lot of the faster guys were smaller guys strong guys who had quick ranges of motion on the deadlifts and on the burpees. So I think not good, bad, or indifferent, not complaining or anything, just stating a fact that the range of motion played a big part in it, because myself and a couple other guys tied at 1:37, a minute and 37 seconds, and we were all about the same size. So a couple bigger guys, which is a little funny. Like Roman was right there, Lucas, myself, Sean Sweeney, and then there were guys like Adrian, Dan Bailey, John Simon Rollemare. They were all faster, and they're smaller guys, and Cedric Lapointe I think was fast as well. So anyway, just kind of was what it was. Personally, reflecting on it as a workout, I think that without the use of chip timers, doing an event that fast is a little dangerous, but it seems like they did a nice job. But I also, I think there should have been a little bit more of a separator in that workout. I think it was almost too fast. just I think it was a little too fast. But either way, so that's my thought on that. But on the whole, I'm happy with how the entire day went. Like I said, damage. That last workout I came in 12th, and again I tied with a couple guys for 12th. So I would have liked to have done a little bit better because sprint events are usually my forte. But again, it was a sprint event that relied on burpee cycling time. So I'm pretty happy with how I stacked up. Given all that information. And again, a workout like that, it's so close. I think I was 2 or 3 seconds from like a 6th place finish or a 5th place finish. So, but again, couldn't go any faster. So, is what it is. So overall, I'm in 3rd going into the last day, which is, I'm happy. It's a good place to be in. It's nice to feel being in the podium fight on the final day. So that'll be great. Will Morad and Sean Sweeney are nipping at my heels, super close. And then Adrian Moonweiler is not too far ahead of me. Guy Justin Medeiros is kind of running away with it to an extent. He hasn't had any bad finishes yet, so as long as he keeps that up, he's building a pretty solid lead on everybody. So, but yeah, I'm excited for a final day to try and sell it all and get a podium spot for first sanction of the season. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, DM, comment, things like that. And I will be back tomorrow night / maybe Monday morning, depending on how after party goes.